Hey, remember me? My name's Doofy, Doofy Doo. I'm the guy who plays Shiren the Wanderer exclusively, and this is episode 109. Hey, this is kind of awkward. Oh my gosh, this feels so weird. When you don't do something, I see my trap checking ability is still on point. Glad to see that some things don't change. When you don't do something for a long time, it feels strange to start up again. I have a lot of procrastinatrons, don't I? Why do I have an extra spiked ward? I must have been keeping it as a spare, because if I recall correctly, I have a spiky meld on my shield, and I have a revival herb, so I think this should be just fine. Ho-ho! Welcome back, says Shiren the Wanderer. Let me double team you. The couple red burly smurfs. He's so confused right now. He doesn't know who he should give head to. It used to be so simple. I knew I should always give head to the Wanderer, but now I'm questioning all my life choices. You're probably wondering where I've been for the past month. I wish I could tell you I was doing something super cool. Do I need a katana? I need some weapon to stick in my strengthening jar. Yeah, I already have a master sword. That's way better than an un-ID'd katana that could be cursed. So I'm just gonna put down this katana, make some room, and move on. I was not doing something super cool. I was hanging out with my mom. Believe it or not, that's not a joke, actually. I should have thrown the katana down the hallway. Could have hit that guy in the face. It would have been hilarious. My mom decided on a whim to take a job in Afghanistan, which is the kind of thing my mom does. My mom is almost 60, but she did it not for the money, although I'm sure she's getting a butt ton of money. She's doing it for the adventure. She said she wants to have one last big adventure before she retires. So, only problem is, my mom was living in Texas. Also, she was extremely bored in Killeen with her job there. And I grew up in Texas. Got nothing against Texas, but I've been to Killeen. It is pretty depressing and boring. It's just a giant army base, pretty much. So she decided to go to Afghanistan right after she bought a brand new car. And she didn't want to immediately sell the car for a loss. And she didn't want to store the car because that is extremely expensive. So, being the loyal son that I am, I was like, hey mom, I got a townhouse and a condo. I got tons of reserved parking spaces all over the place. I only have one car. So I'll just fly down and drive your car back up here. And you can come with me. We can hang out for a little while before you run off to somewhere incredibly dangerous. And I hope nothing happens, but, you never can tell. So, my mom, pointless jar. I'm just going to toss it. Pointless jar can be used to store things that you might not need immediately, but honestly, I have so many procrastinatrons, and I have a revival herb, and my equipment is pretty much OP, so I'm gonna step on this confusion trap now. So I don't really need extra space right now. Haha, look at this dungeon. Go ahead, Shiren. Put on the pitcher's armband. Feel the power coursing through your arms. You remember to take it off. Yeah, you can't trick me. I am never going to pick up a pitcher's armband. This death metal ripping off all my clothes. This was a hentai anime. It would keep slashing me. All my clothes would burst off of me in slow motion. Oh, death metal, stop, please. And then plot twist, the death metal's actually a woman. The girl I grew up with. That's Tsundere as shit. Or so I have heard from sick bastards who watch those shows. I wouldn't know myself. But yeah, my mom agreed to let me drive her car all the way up here. So I drove for, 22 hours from Texas up to DC, and I was worried that it would be awkward, but it was actually pretty fun. And another drain house. Huh. I don't know. I'm always suspicious when Face Final Puzzle is nice to me. Let me just double check and make sure. Yeah, so I'm wearing an anti-drain armband. So again, Drain House, what can these guys do to me? Although there are an awful lot of them. It's like a low poly dance party. Seems like the guy who refuses to dance. Come on, man, dance. No, I don't feel like it, alright? What are the chances of all of these Polygon songs attacking me at the same time? And my Evasive Shield meld not working. We're doing like 15. So 15 times 5, 75. I could take 2 of them. Yeah, look at them. They're spinning. I wonder, I do have a Bupu staff. At some point I should probably get some Polygon song meat. Get my fullness up to 200. But, I don't know. Maybe I should save it for something more useful like Pumpkin Muppets. We shall see. 15 times 4 is 60. This is a little dangerous. Let's see. Oh, 18. Oh, should I press the Cairo? I'm gonna do it. Just be conservative. I have a revival herb, but yeah, see, I would have been really, really low on health. Although I think I would have survived, but it's just not worth it. Like, what if all 3 of them had attacked at the same time and my evasive meld had not worked? I would have felt like an idiot wasting my revival herb. Alright, so just clean up these guys. They did make me waste 1 press of my Cairo, but hopefully there is a strengthening jar in this monster house. Because really, that's the only thing missing at this point. Maybe a recovery armband. Maybe. But that can be really replaced with a couple more Kairos, so. Not that I can't still find a way to screw up this run, although this is kind of the calm before the storm. 46 is where Sleep Radishes and Lelix show up. Most annoying couple ever. And luckily, I already found a Sleepless Armband, but that's when the difficulty ramps up again pretty high. But right now, I would have to be a complete moron. Like, let's say I'd stepped onto that rice ball trap, and then all those guys had lowered my fullness. I wonder if they can lower my max fullness all the way down to 0. Is that even possible? I don't know. Have to try that out sometime. But they could have completely screwed up the run if that had happened. So that's just experience, you know. In a monster house, don't take a step. You need to check for traps. Even I know that much. Alright. Purse rummaging. Another staff that I haven't identified. I thought I had identified all the staffs by this point. Cyclops Killer. I don't think I have a Cyclops meld. I'll have to check later on. Let me go check and see what all the loot is before I start picking things up. And I don't have to put it down and pick it back up again. Here, bless. What was I talking about? About my mom going to Afghanistan. Oh, we had a good drive. A couple days. And usually my mom, I don't know if you know this about Asian moms. If you have an Asian mom, you know this. But unlike white moms, this is turning into a really generic racist comedy bit. But stereotypically, white moms are very supportive and loving, and they are positive about everything you do. Like, everything you do is amazing. Oh my gosh, this drawing's so amazing. Oh, you're so talented. Oh, you're so good at football. Oh, I'm just gonna support whatever you do. Whatever you do is wonderful. Asian moms are the exact opposite. You could be the most awesome person at everything, and an Asian mom will find something to criticize or compare you. More likely, they'll compare you to the children of their friends and family and show how you are lacking. Like, oh, your cousin, he just graduated Harvard in 2 years and now he's a professor. What are you up to, Mr. 4.0? Psh, it's nothing. So when I was a kid, my mom was pretty critical of most of the things I did. And I was afraid it was going to be like that, and she was just going to be like constantly on me about grandkids. Like she'd shove a Glock in my mouth and be like, if I don't have a grandkid in 1 year, I'm going to break all of your fingers one at a time. But she was pretty laid back, and I guess in her old age, she's become a little bit more mellow. So she did, of course, mention how nice it would be to have grandkids, because that's just like obligatory for moms. I'm just like, my sperm are still okay, Mom, alright? They still swim just fine, alright? It's gonna be okay. And after I assured her that I was still fertile and willing to give it a shot, literally, She left me alone for the most part. And she just said, you know, I want you to be happy. She was like a regular mom. And that was pretty cool. Just a little background information about my mom in case you think it's weird that I joke about the motility of my sperm with my mom. My mom was more like my friend. I was raised by my dad. And my dad got custody of me when I was just like a baby. And it hit my mom pretty hard because it's pretty rare that the dad gets custody. And then he took me back to the US. I was born in South Korea. So what did my mom do? Some women would have been completely devastated. In some way she was. But she joined the US Army at a time when there were almost no women in the military, in the US Army. Extraction scroll. I think I already had an extraction. It's nice to have one, because then you can reuse the strengthening jar if you want. Ah, yeah. I have one. You don't need 2 extraction scrolls. That's a little bit too much. But yeah, there are no women in the US Army. Certainly no minority women. And she barely spoke English. So my mom has always been, for lack of a better term, a maverick. Just like Booty Bandito. Booty Bandito doesn't care what regular people wear for armor. It's like, I'm just gonna wear half a suit of armor. Because that's the way I roll, because I like a breeze on my bare buttocks. Yeah, you do your own thing, Booty Bandito. Forget about the practicality of armor. Let's see what this staff is. Alright, it is a pain sharing. I think I already named something pain sharing, didn't I? Yeah. I'm not gonna make the same mistake 3 times though. It names 2 different things the same name. I think I'll just call this not a staff. I don't think I've used not a staff. Have I? Maybe I have. Alright, well I'll have to remember not a staff is pain sharing. Or possibly something else. God, my naming system is totally screwed this run. Alright, I didn't think so. So I don't have a Cyclops meld on my sword. So I need to make some room and pick this up. But yeah, I drove back up with my mom to DC, and then her flight got delayed thanks to our great Congress because the funding wasn't there. So she stayed with me for a couple weeks, and it was a nice time. I was glad I got some time to hang out with my mom. So, Mom, if you're watching this, I had a good time. Thanks for all the food. You literally cooked like a month's worth of food. I'm still eating it. It is delicious. Alright. Oh my god, I should have eaten the bitter herb. Duh, Doofy. Not thinking about what I'm doing. Alright, mystery scroll, eh? I'm going to go ahead and save here and then record another episode. But the next episode I upload will be the racism episode in Scroll Cave. Because I'm anal like that. It's mostly me whining about racist vaginas for an hour. So check it out. It's quite a treat. Alright, I'll see you next time. Bye. I don't know what kind of loot awaits me, but there are jars all over the ground. My armband is strong, my sword so long, and I'm going to strike you all down. My staff is full of magic charges, and I can use them to postpone you. I keep going down these damn staircases, but I'm not even halfway through.